Hey guys, I'm Rosavane, and welcome back to another episode of Lacuna. Last episode, we were basically, we caught up with the boss of a security firm, I believe it is, and we caught up with the boss. We had Gary alongside us, and we ended up capturing the boss. But gave us a spook, or a quote unquote spook, that he got shot or something like that. But he just hit his back of his head onto the shelves behind him that he kind of backed up into. And then we technically we headed back home because we needed the rest because we just had a long day sort of thing in the game. And then the ex-wife, called Catherine, I believe her name was, or Kathy or whatever, called Neil, our main character, and said the daughter's not been home since the curfew time, and she's been out for like about an hour or two or something like that. So Neil's just saying like it's not a big deal or whatever. I suspect that I made the wrong choice by telling her to go, but I think if anything, that choice should have been like it wouldn't matter if she went or not, because I have a feeling that she's meant to be sort of maybe kidnapped or something. Because so this is a new day, of course. It's a new day, a new week. So whatever happened in the last episode was a week ago for me. But while I was entering into the menu to this point of the game, I saw the title called Taken, which is a reference to the movie Taken, Liam Neeson's Taken movie. So yeah, we're at 59%. So we're technically 2/3 of the way through the game. But I suspect that the next sections of the game will be pretty much like the sort of speed through to the end of the game kind of thing. So I'm really hoping we finish this game within an hour and a half or something like that. Like if I speed through the talking points, then maybe. But I don't feel like it will happen. I think it might take me about 4 episodes, maybe 4 or 5 episodes, because so far the game has dragged out its stuff by putting a lot of dialogue and a lot of like stuff that's story related. And sometimes I talk too much. So let's get into it. I did get the mail from the last episode, so kind of a rehash of what happens. We're basically in the same spot that we were from the previous episode, so or at least near the same spot. So pause and read this if you missed this in the last episode. Most likely you didn't. Then sorry for making it a rehash. So yeah, we picked up the news. It was right here, pretty much. Yeah, my mouse cursor's on the screen. Okay, so let's get to the ex-wife, and meet with her. I don't really have a clue what to expect here, so. Hey, want to go up to the roof? Yeah, why not? I haven't been up there for a while now. It was one of the reasons why we rented the apartment, remember? Of course I do. Oh. Getting excited about things is so easy when you're 24. I'm not gonna offer a cigarette. I don't feel like she would smoke. So how's life going? So how's life going? Okay, I guess. Yours? Same. I know it's silly, but I sometimes still wonder why it didn't work out with us. There was a time when I was so sure we were a perfect match. Also, I noticed that the bubble is like down here and not up here with them. It's kind of funny to me. I asked myself the same a million times. And I came up with lots of different answers. We were too young for a kid. I was too focused on my new job. Our place was too small. I wanted to find that one good reason to explain it to myself, to make sense of it. But honestly, I think we were just bad at it. We couldn't stop fighting about the same bullcrap. The same small bullcrap. And we kept hurting each other for no reason until we reached the point of no return. And I think that was all. Maybe you're right. But that's sad, don't you think? Yeah. Don't worry too much about Laura. I'm sure she's fine. We should be happy for her that she's having a good time at that party. You said yourself that she had some trouble fitting in with the other kids? Yeah, I know. It's just I think about the stuff I did when I was her age. That's probably why I worry so much about her. But you turned out okay, and I'm sure Laura will too. She's smart. I can barely keep my eyes open. I have to go home now, but before I fall off this roof. If Laura isn't home in an hour, give me a call, okay? I will. Thanks for swinging by. It was nice to be up here, and so it's up here again with you. I'll stay a little longer. What a throwback, huh? It was nice. Hope to see you soon. Ding dong, ding dong, dong dong, ding dong dong. Honestly, I do like to at least actually, can I do a smoke? No, I can't do anything. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think I can do a smoke or something like that in this. Alright. So that's that, I guess. Nothing humongous. But at the same time, it is kind of true that I think that something's off. Like, she's been gone, and I was the one who suggested it. I don't think it mattered if I suggested it or not, though, still. I don't know why. I don't know if offering her a cigarette would have changed anything, really. Because I don't think she smokes, really. I don't think. That's my belief, but if that affects my choices, I'd be a little bit confused, because I was like...
I met my own tired gaze in the glass. There were so many things on my mind. Laura's disappearance worried me more than I had shown. I thought maybe it had been the wrong call to let her go to that party.
Yep.
In hindsight, it probably wouldn't have mattered. And then there was Cox. I was curious about his explanation as to why he had opened fire on us. But mostly, I was glad that I hadn't had to shoot him.
Yeah, Cox is the security firm owner, so that's what it was. Hello, Mr. Conrad. Your visitor is waiting inside. Visitor? I'm not expecting anyone. Who is it? Your visitor ID is unknown. What the? I didn't tell you that I was expecting someone. Why did you let them in? I'm sorry, I did not understand the question. Stupid frickin' thing. I'll see for myself. Oh, baby, we're gonna have to... Yep. I was like, pull a gun. You better not hurt my iguana. The person looks like they collapsed, though. Oh, no, it's some... Oh, is that Zora? Is that the lady that Boit hung out with? Oh, wait, what do I do with this? I don't know. I want to give her a voice or something that's not just a generic voice, female voice that I usually give for every female. I don't have a female voice thing going on, so I don't really know how to deal with it. You can put the gun away. Who are you? You got the very nice place up here. They pay you very well. Very well. Show me your face. Turn around. Okay. Lila. Who's Lila? I'm trying to remember. Darn it. Who was Lila? I forget. That's a familiar name and I can't remember. Maybe because it's been weeks and weeks out that I keep forgetting names here and there, so I do apologize. Because I do play these games week by week by week, and sometimes the sessions are short or long or whatever, but then I get kind of like confused and forgetful in some cases. Who? Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, it is Zora then. It is Zora. Who? Oh, right. My face. I don't like it, to be honest. Wait, it's you. You're the one who assaulted Lila. I'm Zora. Nice to meet you. Slowly, put your hands up. I'm here to talk. Put your hands up or I'll be forced to shoot. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. You can make your own decisions. What do you want? We need the guy in the CTI to help us out with a few things. And why the hell would I do that? We have your daughter. I should have led with that. You what? We took your daughter, Laura. No, you're full of crap. You can ask your ex. She's not at home. What did you do to her? Yeah, I guess. What did you do to her? Nothing. She's fine. You work for the Liberators, right? I have a record of your conversation with the man who shot Banny. Is stealing little girls really how they're trying to stand up for their ideals? You have to ask them. I don't know or care what they believe in. We're just getting paid. Or rather, we were supposed to. But then you showed up and botched the final step of our plan. Who is we? The kind of people you call when you want a foreign minister dead. So, you're mercenaries. What do you call yourselves? I wouldn't help you even if I told you. And stealing the chief's data was part of your contract with the Liberators? So you pieced that together already? Yes. What was on the stick that made it so important? No idea. Wait, you don't know either. I thought you had the drive. I don't, and I don't think I'll get my hands on it anytime soon. Who has it then, if you don't? My superiors, if it still exists at all. That complicates things. I guess we'll have to move on to plan B right away. Since the handover went south, the Liberators refused to pay us. We need that data. Get our money. Sorry, I read it wrong. We need that data to get our money after all. This is where you come in. If you figure out what the data is about, we might be able to locate it in the CTI database and extract it. I'll send a private sheet to your cell. Submit it to us once you've found it. I will not do such a thing. Don't be difficult, and hand me your cell for a minute, will you? Why? You don't need it to open a sheet. That's for something else. I need to access the CTI network for a moment. What for? To set up a backdoor for our hack. Why are you telling me all this? I could arrest you right here but you won't, and I doubt you could. I'm telling you this because we work together now. The better you do your part, the sooner our clients pay us, and the sooner you see your daughter again. If you do anything on my cell, other than doing what you're doing, they will trace back to me. Wait, actually, no, sorry, rereading that, because I'm mistaken thinking that he was saying something else. If you do anything else on my cell, they will trace back to me. Don't worry, I'll use someone else's credentials. Whose credentials? It doesn't matter. Give me your cell. At least tell me who I'd be throwing under the bus. Gary Long. What? No, his job means everything to him. Is that really more important to you than Laura's safety? Come on, she's your only bargaining chip. I'll try to find out what the data was about. That's got to count for something. You're definitely not increasing her chances if you don't cooperate now. Ah, jeez. This is a big decision, isn't it? I freaking hate it. Okay, I'll use Gary's. I mean, I honestly don't know if I would be able to... I don't think... Please cover your tracks. Gary can't be fired over this. I don't really know if I would choose myself. Man. I feel like I should have made the choice of selecting myself. And letting myself get the fall, because Gary doesn't deserve it. But, like, I'm trying to think, like, what did Gary do that I feel would be... Because I don't know, like, there's a sense that, like, we've built trust with Gary. and Neil has kind of been against the law a lot of times. So I'm just kind of thinking, like, if things go south, it's not on Gary. It's gonna be on me mostly. So, right, because this would also play into the case of, like, if I selected myself, I didn't do it for the job. I did it for the family, and I get myself in trouble for it. But I don't really know. This is really difficult. This choice doesn't really feel like, because it's a lose-lose situation no matter what. Because I'm throwing my friend under the bus, friend who I barely know that he's like, he doesn't really hang like too closely with Neil, but Neil on the other hand has his own like reasons for things. But what would have happened if I said I wouldn't do it? Damn it. I can do... Oh, well, it's 18 minutes because I would have to read the whole thing with... I want to redo it, but I think I'll stick with my choices. I guess. I'm just regretting a little bit of the choice that I made, but I'll stick with it. Thank you. Done. So that's it then. I give you access, and I tell you all I find about this data. You'll let Laura go now. Right? This was just the first step. If you keep cooperating, you'll see her again soon. Please, just let her go. She doesn't have to suffer like this. I'll help you anyway, so leave us alone. Leave her alone. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm just reading it just to make sure I said it right. In a way that makes sense. No can do, sorry. It's not my core. Not my core. Is that really what you want to do with your life? Murder and child abduction? I don't have time for this. We're done here. Answer my question. How do you live with yourself? You work for the CDI? You work for the CDI? Don't you kill and abduct people all the time? Spare me your moral relativism crap. I'm not a mercenary. It is true, CDI does kidnap people, but not technically kidnapping, but more like arresting people. We're not going around just taking people because, you know, like they're just there, or that we're doing some leverage or upper hand leverage kind of thing. We're not trying to ransom people to do something. We're doing it to figure out if they're guilty or not. That's a different thing going on. Sure you are. The CDI is trying to do the right thing. You do whatever the highest bidder tells you to. The right thing? What kind of childish nonsense do you believe in? You don't have to believe in anything to not be evil. I don't believe in anything in particular. And yet here you are, talking about good and evil. Yeah, because I threw Gary under the bus. I know. Because we know what that is. We have an intuition for it. Bullcrap. What? There's no such thing. We invented it. No. Look, this lizard right over there, he's my friend. He has never done anything evil. He can't. All animals do stuff for a while, and then they die. Look, are you trying to keep me talking? You can't pretend to not care about anything. In fact, I know you do. You were separated from someone you care about. What are you talking about? The sniper we caught. You care about him, don't you? I wouldn't assume the lover situation, but I would say you wanted to start a new life because that's what they said in the other stuff. You wanted to start a new life with him. That's none of your business. But it's funny you mentioned him. Thanks to you and your colleagues, I won't see him ever again. Don't you just tell me it was bad to put people away against their own will? My daughter harmed nobody. Your friend killed someone and might start a war. Oh, I can offer... Yeah, I want to do that. Maybe we can make a trade. What trade? Don't try to F with me. I know he's never getting out of there. Probably not, but I could deliver a message. What do you want in return? Promise me to keep Laura safe. Promise that I'll get her back when this is over. That depends on your actions, but I can promise that we'll actually let her go if you work with us. Alright, what's your message? Tell him the moon rises in the south. Okay. I'll be back with more instructions.
As soon as the woman disappeared into the night, my facade slipped and I nearly collapsed on the balcony floor. I took out my cell with shaking hands and tapped on Laura's face in my contacts. Maybe. She didn't pick up. I resisted the urge to call Catherine next. I couldn't just tell her about what had happened. She knocked on my door in the early morning, but I didn't open.
Oh.
I tried to decide on a course of action, but I couldn't concentrate. My mind alternated between trying to remember my last conversation with Laura and conjuring up horrible images of her tied to a chair in some basement. Sometime later, my alarm rang. I got up to go to work, not sure if I was ready to talk to Kat. I must have stood outside her apartment for a few minutes when I finally made a decision.
Oh, we get to decide if we want to tell her or not about the situation, or what this sheet looks like. The data is about so-and-so that took place in so-and-so on so-and-so. So we got planets. Never heard of Themis before, but okay. Years. And then we got the information. My brain thinks it's gonna be about the Hope scandal, actually. I think the people who are guilty is the guy. I think that the people who are guilty is the priest. The priest that was hanging out with Banny, because I think Banny had like a religious group with him, a religious guy with him. So I think it's gonna have something to do with it. And this will probably play a role into this, I think. So, yeah. Because we don't have any clues about who the Liberators are still. Zora did not help in that matter, unfortunately, but... Alright, here we go. I think the decision is to go up to her anyways, in my mind. Is that the option? Yeah, that's the option. I was wondering if that was an optional objective. I'm here to tell Kat that I'm gonna try to get her home. Neil! Where the f you been? I tried to call you 1,000,000 times. I even came to your apartment. I'm sorry. Laura still isn't home. I've called all her friends and nobody knows anything. Looks like she's never went to that party. Neil, what do I do now? Listen, Kat. Kat, I know what happened to her. What? She was abducted. They took her away. Or something like that. I couldn't read. I accidentally misclicked. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What are you saying? Who took her? I'm not sure yet. Seems like they're a group of mercenaries involved in Banny's murder. No. They promise they won't harm her if I do what they say. How can you do that to us? Or how... Wait, you? Why are you blaming it on him? He didn't do it and What? Why? Why are you forcing it on him to be guilty when he didn't do anything? He just legit... He legit didn't know that was gonna happen because he didn't think he would become vulnerable. I didn't. It's not like I allowed them to take her. You have to tell the CDI. Maybe they can find out where she is and get her out of there. It's too risky right now. I'm afraid of what they'll do if they find out I snitched. And you think that people who abducted children and murder foreign ministers give a crap about their promises? I'm still evaluating the situation. Look, I'll do everything in my power to keep her safe. What do they want from you? They want me to leak information from the case I'm investigating about the Liberators. Please, Kat, trust me on this, please. I won't let them do anything to her. I have to go. I'll call you as soon as I hear anything. And you do the same, okay? Alright. I'll be here all day. I better hope she trusts me, because I'm not making this decision lightly. This is not a light decision. It's a very rough one that I really don't like either, but we have to trust each other on this. Okay. Well, the decisions were made, so if there's anything that changes, it's what it is. Alright, let's get to the office. I believe we have to go to the CDI to hopefully take some information. Also talk to Boyd about the moon arrives in the south, which I'm assuming is going to be a trap for us, because it's going to be a very vulnerable information that lets him get away or something like that, I bet. Which is going to be absolute garbage for me, because I know we were going to get in so much trouble for it. There's some new news, it looks like, over there. I just saw. I like how it said no news, and then it populated itself with new news or something. Or maybe it isn't. I don't know. Is there another spot over here? No, nothing. What is it? Oh, it's just objective changes. I really don't like the fact that I have to use Gary's information. I really don't want to, but at the same time, I'm like thinking to myself, like, again, Gary's only been a person who's been putting us on cases. We're not really friends. We're just co-workers at the best, at the most. But at least I prevented him from dying, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe could it have been worse? You know, with like him, like maybe like if he died in the security firm, like Gary ends up not being like able to use it, and you can't use him because he's like dead or something like that. Maybe that'd be interesting though. But yeah, it makes me wonder. Like, could Gary have died in that scuffle or that interrogation for the security firm guy? Makes me wonder. I can pause and read this, of course. Oh, they're just rehashing what they saw from the. They're just rehashing the information about the. God, this is a lot of information. Okay, let me scroll this properly. This is a really hard one to scroll through. The Savient Faith is where I'll probably stop there for now. Pause and read it, as I said. I'm gonna try to scroll to we can't let history repeat itself. And then last paragraph. Interesting. The Gazette's like, we don't support this. Please bear in mind, we don't support this. We're just repeating whatever the message was. Gary. Morning, Conrad. Honestly, it just makes me think, when he says Conrad, I just think comrade. It's such a weird thing to hear him say that every time. Hope you got some rest after yesterday's incident. Let me bring you up to speed. The chief said he's making some announcement this morning. Does not sound good at all. But we'll see in a few minutes. We took Cox in for questioning. You can interrogate him later. But first, you should talk to Saito. He's in our office and has some new intel on Moore and Cox for you. Okay, I'm on it. Listen, Conrad. I might have a little intense. I've been a little intense these days, or these past few days. These are special circumstances. You understand that, right? Sure, but it's not hard on all of us. It's been hard on all of us. I gotta run. Talk to you later. If Gary was imagine Gary was part of the Liberators. I think that would be so fascinating that we inadvertently turn the guy into a criminal anyways, and he would be whatever it is. Because I still have some suspicion on Gary a little bit, but not by much. Dear Mr. Conrad, we have found 244 new offers filling your search criteria. I'm about a few clicks away to make your dream home a reality. Take a look today. Why? Pause and read this, of course. I'm not going to read through all this weird information. Interesting. So he was planning on moving out of his current apartment, I guess? Hell no, am I taking that. Alright, is there anything new? So I need to talk to Saito, right? Oh, I can't go downstairs at all. So the game is preventing me from going down there to talk to Boyd first. His office space is now a little bit friendly. Is there anything in here that I can interact with outline-wise? Oh, we're out of time, though. Thankfully, I am going to be recording a bit more today, so I'll probably have another episode running through here in the in today's session. So this is the chief's office, right? Oh, chief is upstairs with that lady again. Ah, they said the chief has an announcement, but is it an option to talk to Saito? No, it is. It is the objective currently. Okay, we can't go inside the stairs into the room yet. Yeah, there's nothing in here. Okay, I'll turn off the highlight for now. Alright, so let's call it here for the episode. There's Saito. I'm actually curious about one thing here. Okay, I'll end it with the sitting down here, I guess. Yep. Sit there and just kind of relax. Alright, cool. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Nobody Minds, and hope you guys have a great, amazing day. Good night or whenever watching this. Next episode, let's go ahead and talk to Saito and then see where it goes. I have a feeling that we're off the case, I think. Like, whatchamacallit? The chief's gonna say we're all off the case because this case is way too hot for us to be on it or something. Or that the executives... like, I think the executives have investments in, or not investments, but like they are deeply involved. They're deeply rooted in the whole Liberator thing, that they are so not going to get involved with this whole thing, or they wouldn't want the CDI to get involved whatsoever. So we're probably gonna see what happens, but I think that might be the case. That's my best guess for the next episode, to think about the announcement. Alrighty. Other than that, that's it for this episode. So, see you guys next time. Roz, out.